Welcome to In Her Voice, a podcast created for women who listen to and live by their deepest wisdom, their inner voice. This was made for you, the woman who feels pulled to more, to lead, to create, to dream, and to be a world changer. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am an inner voice coach. Join me here each week as we explore what it means to reach for your inspired potential, all while honoring your worthiness each and every day. Hey there, this is Kelly, and you are listening to In Her Voice. Thank you so much for being here today. I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, it means more than you might ever know that you are here with me today, inviting me into your home, into your car, into your ears, and spending time with me. I know that we're not together in real life, but when I sit down to record any episode, I'm thinking about you. And that is so true. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to share something today that I find to be super interesting. And it came up when I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. It was one of those juicy conversations. And she said to me, I'm just so tired of feeling like I have to seek validation for everything that I do, for all of the decisions that I'm making. She was like, I just want to be able to trust myself. And I started thinking about that. And I think that validation is something that it's easy for us to lean into, right? Because if there's someone that we trust or someone that we look up to, and they can say to us, yes, you're doing the right thing. Yes, that's the right decision. Yes, you're going in the right direction. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you are the exact right size you need to be. Yes, you're eating the right foods. I mean, we can seek validation in so many areas of our life because it's kind of an easy way out. It's kind of like saying, well, I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing, but if this person says I am, then I must be doing that right thing. And I think that validation is normal. Like seeking that validation is really normal. So I don't want you to feel bad that you might be doing this. I do it still, even with all of the work that I've done around trusting myself and understanding that my inner voice knows. There's still that little part of me that just wants someone to say, you've got it. That was a good choice. And, I started to think about how can we train ourselves to trust ourselves more? Like, what is a tool that we could use that is not validation, but that can help remind ourselves that, oh yeah, I do know the answer to this question. I do make good choices. I can trust my inner voice, right? So, I looked up the definition of validation, and validation is recognition or affirmation that a person or their feelings or opinions are valid or worthwhile. So the questions that we might be asking if we're seeking validation is, the questions are, am I right? Am I okay? Do I need to change? Am I doing this wrong? Okay. And we seek an external response to those questions. And, when we constantly seek that, we're actually not requiring ourselves to trust. We're not requiring ourselves to listen to our inner voice. We're kind of listening, but then we're saying, I'm not so sure, but if someone else says it's okay, then it must be okay. And if we keep doing that, we come to this place where it becomes hard to make decisions without someone else's input. So if we're not quite to that place of being able to trust ourselves, what is a tool that we can use to get there instead of seeking validation. And I want to tell you right now, what I'm going to offer up is really similar to validation. It could even sound like the same thing coming out of someone else's mouth, but it's really about the intention with which we use it that changes it. So instead of validation, what happens when we seek reflection? Okay, so think about it like this. You know what you look like, right? Like you could describe yourself to someone. If you see yourself in a picture, you know it's you, right? You know what you look like. And that seems like a silly thing. Like, of course I know what I look like. Well, if you know what you look like, why do you look in a mirror? A mirror gives you a reflection of who you are. It reassures you, oh yeah, that's me, or, oh, there's me with really crazy hair. Let me fix it. There's me with like a big stain on my shirt. I think I'll change. Ooh, there's me and I look freaking awesome today. I love how I look today, right? So the mirror reflects back to us what we probably already know. And it affirms us too. It says, yes, this is who you are. You can trust this. Do you see where I'm going with this? So what happens if we use the tool of reflection with another person? Okay, it might seem like the same thing as validation, but it definitely is not. Reflection isn't about hearing if someone else approves of you, or if they like you, or if they think that you're doing a good job, or if they think that you're beautiful, or whatever it is, whatever that validation you seek. Reflection is not doing that. It's not about asking the question to get someone to say to you the thing that you want to hear, because that's called, what's it called? Fishing for compliments, right? We have all done that. Come on, just be honest with yourself. I have done it many times. That's not what reflection is. That's when we seek reflection. That is not what we're doing. What reflection is a way to, with someone else, see yourself. Reflection is a tool we can use to help us learn to trust ourselves more. And when we practice reflection with someone that we trust, then it is easy to use the feedback that we get to check in with ourselves. So I'm going to give you an example. Say I have been thinking about creating something new for my business. And I've been, researching, and I've been soul searching. And both of those kinds of searching are important when you're making any decisions, right? You want to research. You want to know what's out there. You want to know what feels right with you. And then also you want to soul search, and think about, okay, what do I desire? What aligns with my purpose and my passion, right? All of these things. So researching and soul searching, so good. You've been doing all of those things. I'm thinking about making something new in my business. I've been doing all of those things. And now I can find someone that I trust. And maybe that's a coach. And maybe that's a mentor. Or maybe it's just a friend who is also in business, right? But I can say, hey, can I run something by you? And you might even, if you're new to this practice of reflection, you might even say to them, hey, I'm not really looking for your opinion. I just, can you just sort of reflect back to me what you hear me saying? And then you go over it with them, and then they reflect back. Now, I want to be really clear with you. Not everyone is great at reflective listening. It is a skill that is learned. It is one of my superpowers, one that I have practiced lots and lots and lots. And I think it's just one of those things that I was born with as well. So, when I'm sitting with someone, what I might say to them is, what I hear you saying is, and I tell them what I hear them saying. It's not always in the same words that they use. It's not always using the same descriptors, but I'm really listening. I'm listening to what they're saying to me. I'm feeling what they're feeling, I am trying to tap into the emotions of the words, and I'm just really honest. And so, if I have sat down with someone who is really good at practice reflective listening, and I say, this is my idea, this is what I'm thinking of doing, and they say back to me, this is what I hear you saying. Here's the practice. As they say this back to me, I listen with my whole body, not just with my brain. In fact, sometimes you might need to turn that brain off, because sometimes the brain has a mind of its own. But I'm listening with my whole body. I'm listening with my inner voice. I'm seeing how I respond to that. I'm understanding that I'm feeling either rejection of that idea in my body or my personal validation of that idea, my internal validation of that idea. So through reflection, I have received the validation I seek, but I've received it internally instead of having to seek it externally. And in doing so, I have taken a step into trusting myself. I have begun the practice of trusting myself. And you all know how much I love the word practice. Practice is not a one and done thing, right? Practice means doing it over and over and over again, because just like learning how to play the flute, it's a skill. And the more you practice those fundamentals of trusting yourself, using all different kinds of tools, like reflection, like listening to your body, like tapping in to your inner voice, you get better at it. And that is what I want for you. So reflective listening, practicing reflection with someone that you trust, with someone that you know is a good reflective listener, is an exceptional tool for helping you develop your vision, for helping you develop your business, if that's what you're doing right now. If you are stepping into business as a woman, trust me, there are so many opinions of how things should happen and of what order you should do things in and of like how you should do it. And, this is the formula. No, this is the formula. Here, take my course. No, here's another course, right? Ay. There's a lot of information. You are an exceptional woman. Your inner voice has wisdom so deep and so wide. You will be shocked at what you know if you just listen to yourself, if you just trust yourself. And if this is a practice that you want to develop, I highly recommend you finding someone in your life, asking for that support to learn how to trust yourself, whether it's in business or in life or, in your body. Find that person who can reflect back to you, who can say, this is what I hear you saying. It is so powerful. It is so powerful. And I share this because I'm passionate about supporting women in this way. I'm passionate about using my gifts, my superpower of reflective listening, to help you understand you have what you need. You can trust yourself. So if this sounds like something that you are ready to begin practicing, that you are ready to begin using as a tool, then I want to recommend to you to head on over to my website, kellycover.com/ideas, and sign yourself up for an idea hour. This is one tool instead of seeking validation, because that is not what I'm going to give you in an idea hour. I'm not going to say, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. That's not what this is about. That's not what an idea hour is about. An idea hour is about you hearing from yourself that you're doing it right. You getting clarity over which steps feel best next. It's so huge. It is so huge. And it would be my great honor to support you in this practice, to help you take the action that you want to take in your business, in your job, your current job, in a vision that you are just beginning, or maybe that has been on your heart for a really long time, but you've had problems getting it going, that maybe you feel stuck on it. This is for you. This is for you. And I want you to know you have what it takes, number one. Number two, it's okay to ask for help. If you aren't to the place where you trust yourself fully and completely yet, let me tell you, we have all been there. And I still have people in my circle that support me in this way. Because even after practicing it for many, many years, sometimes you still need a good look in a mirror. You need a good look in the mirror to really understand what it is that is right for you and what it is that isn't right for you. So, the idea hour is for you. If this feels like something that you are ready to step into, trusting yourself as you take action. So good. kellycovert.com/ideas. I can't wait to spend an hour with you. Remember this. You have these desires, these ideas, this vision that you have been given for your life, for your business, for your family, for the world. These are not accidents. You do not have them in your heart to sit there and get dusty. They are there for a reason. And I want to encourage you today to take the duster out, to do some dusting, dust off those ideas, dust off those visions, and understand that those are the seeds to your contentment. Those are the seeds to you living your fulfilling, purposeful life. And I know that that's what you want. Remember this, you are worthy.